Hey crocheters! So today we are once again outside and I'm standing in front of a lovely pine tree because I don't have a Christmas tree with me this year. So we're going to talk about the ornaments and yeah, and I'm going to display them here. So let's get started. So last week we talked about the wolf and the fox ornaments, kind of the rough drafts that I had been working on. And I'm gonna take a knee here so I'm a little closer to my bins of stuff down, right there. Anyway, okay. So we talked about the wolf and the fox, and the wolf looked like this. That one hasn't changed. And the fox looked like this. I was happier with this one, but still wanted to update some of these color changes here on the snout and needed to add kind of the black tufts to the ears. And so rather than finish those two up the way that they were and then start again, I just started again on the next versions, right? Because that's how I am. So the fox, because it was pretty much right where I wanted it, ended up looking like this. I did kind of play with the color changes here on the snout, and I like them a little bit better. I think they're a little bit smoother, a little softer. Added the black tips to the ears here, and overall I'm very, very happy with it. Also, this is the very first ornament this year that I put eyelashes on, and that was mostly because I realized I haven't done eyelashes on any of them, and that's always an option in my patterns if you want to add that, and I just hadn't yet, so we're going to do one. So that is, I probably should have de-spidered this tree before deciding I should use this one to record on, and hopefully they don't fall off. So that is the first one, the wolf. I'm really happy with how this one turned out as well, especially after last week really not liking it. The only thing being, I decided to add, if you can see there, I decided to add the little upper eyebrow markings as well, which definitely gives it kind of a husky look. But wolves and huskies often look similar. Definitely depends on which ones you're going or which ones you're referencing. So we're just going to say this is an interchangeable. It could be a wolf, it could be a husky. You could obviously make this, instead of doing gray, you could make it, or this light gray, you could make it a darker gray, you could make it in a black, you could make it in a brown or something like that. It kind of has some flexibility to it, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm just going to hang this one up here. Overall, I am really quite pleased with it. There's probably going to be some people who are it's too husky-ish, and there are going to be others who are I love it the way it is, it's all good. So I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. So while we're here, we're going to do a quick recap. Wow, I can talk. Of the rest of the ornaments that I have. Actually, before we do that, I told you guys last week that I had gotten some ribbon at a thrift store, and so that's the ribbon I have on these guys so far. It's actually pretty. This gingham is really, really wide, and I don't know that I love it. Actually, I'm fairly certain I don't. I'm probably going to end up going to Joann's and getting some different style of yarn, something that looks a little more woodland. I'm afraid that this one just reads too much like fast food napkins or something. Yeah. When I first got it, I was like, this will be great, but I'm less in love with it. And then I got this green that you can see there on the fox. And it's fine. It's still maybe a little bit wide. I mostly just don't love how it handles. Trying to tie knots in it is pretty challenging. So these ribbons you guys see are probably not going to be the final version of the ribbons. We're probably going to try again on that. So recap. So the very first ornament that I got done for this collection was the skunk. because it was easy to do because I was working on the chubby skunk at the time. And so the head is basically the same. So, oh, so that's kind of hiding there. I don't have time to like style it perfectly, but it's gonna have to be okay. So the chubby skunk, the moose, which I love quite a bit, probably the one I was the most excited to try making, just because I hadn't yet. You know, a lot of these other animals, whoops, I'm gonna lose the moose. I had already done something kind of similar to it. Like I've already done a fox, and I was working on the chubby skunk, and I've done a deer, which I haven't done yet. I will do eventually. You know, I've done a type of hedgehog. So there were a lot that I kind of have already played with these animals before. So the moose was exciting because I hadn't even tried yet. And that's also probably the thing I like about the wolf, is because, once again, something I hadn't really tried before. Bear, kind of a classic at this point, but also very cute. I'm gonna totally not style this very well, and I'm sorry, you guys. Hopefully I'm just not making you sick with all of my like turning about. Oh wow, where did the bear go? He's over here hanging out. Okay, and oh, that's it. That's it so far. So there are 6 ornaments that definitely are not all hanging straight so you can see them very well all at once, but that is what I've been working on over these last couple of weeks. I've got a little bit of time left in September, but not really a lot, to keep working on this collection so it can be tested during October and then released in November, so people have got plenty of time to make it or start working on ornaments before the holidays. And I still have more I want to make. I definitely want to make a deer to add to this collection, and I'm pretty sure I want to add a raccoon. Those 2, which would bring my total up to 8. My original goal for this collection is to have 10, so we'll have to see. And there are more woodland creatures I could do. I've gotten a pretty good pitch for maybe a cardinal, which I think would be really cute. I just am not sure if I can pull that off in the kind of yarn that I have, so we'll have to see. And you know, and they're just like some other ones I could do. So we're just going to, I'm just gonna have to pick between the rest of the woodland animals that are possibilities. So anyway, that's where we are. This is our current collection, and the brown bear's hiding back there in the corner. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'm gonna keep working on it, and maybe next week we'll have new ribbon and some new animals to share. So take care, you guys, and I'll talk to you later.